First of all, good evening everyone. Welcome to this video. My name is Ritesh, and today in this video we are going to use two types of the functions in the file handling concept, that is a fgetc and fputc. Fgetc means what? F, that is a file, and get means read, and C stands for the character. Okay, means file read character. Fputc, then we will also discuss that what is the fputc. Okay, with the source code. Okay, so fputc stands for the file and put character. Okay, so we will write the source code about the that how can we copy the one file contents, okay, and to paste the different file. Okay, means another file. We will copy the contents of existing file, one source file will be there, okay, and we will paste to the another file. Okay, so this is the funda about this video. What are we going to do in this video? So we will mainly we will use two files. One file should be there, okay, and then second file we will create as a write mode, okay, and first one will be read mode. Okay, that one will be existing in our system. Okay, so this is the funda that what are we going to do in this video. We must have to the two file. One file should have to the existing, and the second one will create. Okay, so this is the where we are going to use the mainly two types of the files. Okay, so let's see that how can you use the fgetc and fputc to do all these operations here. Okay, so copy and paste. So let's start this video. Let's start. So let's start this video. Okay, so here we are just going to writing the source code for the copy and paste the contents of the existing file to another file. Okay, so I am just going to open my code blocks IDE. That is a IDE, as you know that what is the meaning of the IDE. That is a integrated development environment. Which one is the environment which have to give us one environment, okay, for the writing the source code and execute our source code. Okay, so we have to open the code blocks IDE. Here we have one option, that is a create a new project. Okay, so we will create one project. Okay, so and then console a screen, that is a console application, sorry for that. Okay, and then we are going to choose the C because we are going to perform all these things in the C. Okay, so and then next, and then our project name will be here. Okay, so I am just giving the copy paste using character. Okay, char function, char. Okay, and then I am just going to next, but before that I want to show you something. Here we have the path. Okay, you can see D directory is here, that is a root directory, and this inside this root directory we have the practice C. That one is our project, sorry for that. This one is our one folder name which one contains by the D directory. Okay, and inside this we are going to create these types of the project. Okay, and then we are going to next and then finish. Okay, so our project have to the created successfully, you can see, and then here we have the one project. Okay, and inside these sources we are going to click there, and then we will find out here the main.c file is here. Main.c is nothing but a .c file. Okay, because we have to the we are going to create the .c file, means that is a source file for the C programming. Okay, this one is the these things are the default codes in C. Okay, and then what are we going to do? We are going to mainly use the one thing, that is a first of all fget is. Okay, and then sorry for that, fgetc, and then we will use the also that how can we write the source code for the fputc. Okay, so fputc, that is a fgetc stands for the file get character, and the fputc stands for the file put character. Okay, so all these things we have to see that what we are going to do in this video. So let's start the codes. Okay, so here what we are going to do, we must have to the two file. One file should have to the exist. Okay, and second one we will create at the runtime. Okay, for the writing all these things there, copy and the paste there. Okay, so I am just going to create two types of the file pointer. Okay, two file pointers. Okay, you will see why we are going to create these two types of these two file pointers. Okay, sorry for that. So fp1 is the file pointer 1 and the second is here fp2. As you know that what is the syntax of the creating the file pointers, here we have the on the front of us. Okay, so this one is the syntax of the creating the file pointers. And then what are we going to do? And then I am just going to create one array of the character. Okay, char and then file name. Okay, and then I am just giving the size that is a 20. Okay, and then what are we going to do? After that we are going to see that we have to the created one array, we have to created two pointers. Okay, and then we are going to give the one message that is a printf. Through the printf, enter your file name, enter your source file name. Okay, source file name. Okay, source file, enter your source file name. And then what will be happen, must be exist in our file. Okay, this file should be exist in our file. Okay, and then we are going to scan. So a scanf, and then so a scanf, and then we are going to use the modulus s for that, because a string types of the array of the character means what, a string. Okay, so we are going to use a modulus s for the scanning. Okay, and then separate here, and after that I am just giving the address where we are going to where we want to get the data from user side. Okay, so I want to get the data for the file name variable. Okay, and then semicolon, and after that what are we going to do, bro? We have to the scan. Okay, and then after scanning, what are we going to do here? We are just going to open our file. That is a fp1 file pointer 1 is responsible for the open this fopen. So this one is the syntax for the opening any file. That is a fp1 is a file pointer name first, and then equal to, and then f open. Okay, and then inside this parenthesis, inside this bracket, we are going to give the first file name. Okay, so I am just giving here file name, and then separate, and then here we will use the mode. So first of all we are going to read the data, for a scan the data, for get. Okay, so we are going to give the mode as a read mode. Okay, so we have to use here read, that is the R mode. And then after that what are we going to do in this video, we will see. Okay, so then semicolon, and then we are going to check the condition that our file is existing or not, bro. We must have to understand. If our file is not, then we must have to the gotten one error, one message that your file is not existing, bro. How can you scan? Okay, so we must have to give one we must have to check. Okay, so fp1 equal to, if fp1 equal is not equal to null, okay, then our file is existing. So it will be print the one message, your source file is existing. Okay, your file is existing. And then if our condition will be fail, okay, false, so at that time we must have also give one message. Okay, so printf, if this one is going to false, means our file pointer is not hold the any file's address. Okay, so this one is giving one message, your source file is not existing. Okay, so this is the funda here, that what we are going to do. So we can see this one is the message if that condition will be fail. Okay, so I want to say you something, that we have to the open with using this syntax. So you can also ask me that why we are going to writing these things. So because as you know that one pointer will be always and always responsible to hold the address. So here we have the 5 types of the pointers, means this one will be hold the address of the files. Okay, so here we can see that fp1 equal to fopen, we are going to open the file. File will be existing, we must have that one file. Okay, because we are going to first use the as a read mode. Okay, and then what are we going to do? If we will use the write mode, then it will be create automatically. But if you are going to use write read mode, then we must have exist. Okay, yes. So after that, what we are going to do, we have to check the condition that if fp1 is not equal to null, that means what is the meaning that fp1 is not equal to null? Means fp1 is going to holding some address, that means that one is not null. Okay, but if it will be null, that means that one is not containing any address, this one is not going to contain any types of the address of the files. Okay, so at that time this one will be false, and then we will get this message that is your source file is not existing. And if fp1 is not null, means our file pointer have to the whole day the address of our file. Okay, open file. Okay, because here we are going to assign the address, because pointer is always and always responsible to hold the address. Okay, so this one is going to hold the address, and then we have to check if our file will be exist, then this one will be going to say that your file is existing. Okay, otherwise that one will be giving the one message that your source file is not existing. Okay, and then what are we going to do if this condition will be true? And then we have to the check the condition, and then after that what we must have to do, fp2, then we are going to see that fp2 equal to, sorry, 1 second. So after that what we are going to do, printf, we have to give given the message that if this condition will be true, then this one message, and otherwise this one. And after that we are going to use the fp2. Okay, and then we are going to open our file on the fp2 pointer. Okay, as a write mode, we are going to create one file for write the all this data, because we have to the use this one file, that is a file pointer. With the help of the fp1, we have to the open the file name, that is the source file name. But we are going to create one file for the pasting, for the paste the data, for the write the data from that whatever we have to the whatever we have to read and from our file, existing file. Okay, source file. So at a time we are going to giving one, first of all I am just giving one message that through the printf that enter your destination file, destination file name. Okay, so this one is the destination file name is here. And then what are we going to do, printf and then a scanf. Okay, so again we are going to scan the using the string modulus is, and then file name, after that file name is here. Okay, so this one is the syntax for the scanning. And then what are we going to do, then we are going to, after that we are going to open the file on the file pointer 2, because as a write mode. Okay, destination file will be create. Okay, so if open, and then here I am just giving the file name. Okay, and then separate, and then here we must have the mode. Okay, so I am just giving the mode as a write mode. Okay, and then what are we going to do, semicolon. This one is the syntax for the opening the file as a write mode, because we have to the read it, we have to read the data from our file, then we must have to the put the data, then we must have to the write mode. Okay, so we have to the open the file pointer, open the file 2 with the help of the fp2, that is a file pointer 2. Okay, so at a time what are we going to do, bro, Also we are going to checking one time also again we are going to checking the condition. Also, again we are going to checking the condition if fp2 is not equal to null. Okay, means our file pointer is allocating, our file pointer have to the allocated, our file pointer have to the hold the address. Okay, so if this one will be true, then we must have to the goated one message. Okay, so I am just giving one message, bro. Let's see here. Your source, your destination file have to created, have to the created. Okay, so we have to the given one message, and then what are we going to do? Backslash n for the new line, and then we are going to given if this one condition will be false, at that time we have to use the else condition, else. Okay, so else is here, else block is here, and in this block I am just giving one message that your destination file, that is here your destination file is not created, have not created. Okay, so this one message will be there if our file have to the not open as a write mode. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity all these things here for starting from the and the right now. Okay, so we have to the given one message if this condition will be true, and then we must have to give the this message your destination file have to the created. Okay, and then what are we going to do? This one is the using the our fgetc and fputc and all these things here we are going to using. Okay, so let's ready for do all these things, bro. Okay, so I am just giving here, I am just using here, I am just creating one character types of the data, that is a ch variable. Okay, and then after that what are we going to do? char, that is a character type of the ch, we have to the created one variable. Okay, and then we are going to get the data, and after that we are going to get the data. So fgetc we are going to use, but before that, sorry for that, I am just going to use the while loop. Okay, so why we are going to using the while loop we will discussing about after now this time we will discuss. Okay, so let's see. While loop is here, and then we are going to checking the condition if ch is greater or equal to 0, then we must have to the perform these operations. Okay, so what are we going to do, bro? We are going to checking the condition using the while loop. Why we are going to using the while loop? Because the main reason here that while loop is mainly used when we have to the no destination. Okay, so while is here, and then fgetc, because first we must have to the get the data, and then we will put the data, bro. So we must have to get the data first using the fp1. Okay, so we have to the got it that what we are going to do, fgetc is here, and then as you know that what is the syntax for the fgetc, we are going to getting the character, so we must have the one variable for assigning their value, for assigning their character. Okay, so we have to the assign the value again and again. Okay, whatever when until our this condition will be fair. Okay, and then what am I going to do? I am just going to use the fputc for the write the contents, for the write the all data character by character in our file. That is a write where we have to the open the this one file. Where is file? Yes, fp2 is here. So this one file, in this file all these things will be paste. Okay, whatever we will give the name as our destination name. Okay, so fputc and then fp2, so so automatically this one is going to paste there, but c should be there, cs variable name should be there. Okay, and then that one will be paste, otherwise what will be paste, bro? Okay, so we have to the copy and paste, and then we can see all these things whatever we have done. So let's compile our source code and run. So before that I want to give one message. I want to give one message that if all these things will be performed, then we are going to giving one message. Okay, so printf, using the printf, that is a printf. Okay, and then file copy and paste, file copy and paste, file copy and paste successfully. Okay, so we can see all these things here, whatever we have done. Okay, so we have to the see that how can we copy and paste using the fgetc and fputc functions, using the in the file handling concept. So let's compile and run. Okay, so in here we can see, where is that, one second, logs. So we have to the see here, I'm just going to compile this one. Okay, so finally we have to return all these things in this main.c file. Okay, so let's compile and run this source code, then what will be happen we are going to see. Okay, so let's compile first using the build option and then run. Okay, so let's run this source code. So here we can see that you know that I have to already say to you that all these things, all these files will be create at the runtime. Okay, and also all these characters again and again will be copy and paste at the runtime. Okay, so let's see that our file have to the created or not. Okay, so let's visit in our project. So here no any types of the file have to create it. Okay, so for the creation of our file we must have to give the data, we must have to give the file name. Okay, so where from we want to read the data. So I want to read the data from the main.c file. Okay, so I am just giving the source file name as a main.c. so main.c is where, bro? Main.c is here, where we have to the written all these things, source codes. So all these things character by character will be copy and then write into the our fp2 files. Okay, so main.c, I am just giving the main.c, okay, as a source file name. So and then enter. So you can see that we have one message that your source file is existing. Okay, because we have to check that our file is existing or not. And then after that here we have the enter your destination file name. Okay, because we have to the open as a read mode, then we must have to the second file for the write there all this data character by character. So I am just giving here one destination file name, that is a rs1, and then enter. So you can see, we can see, sorry about that. So we can see that here one message that your destination file have to the created successfully. Okay, so our destination file have to created, because we are going to creating the file first and then all these things will be paste there, all these things character by character will be right there. A scan from the our this source file and paste for our this destination file, that is a rs1. By default rs1.txt will be there. Okay, and I want to say you something that file copy and paste successfully, this one is the last our message, that is a if all these things will be performed and then this one will be execute. Okay, so what's happening here, we are going to see that all these things have to copied or not in our file have to create it or not. So you can see, bro, that here we have the rs1 have to create it successfully. Okay, so let's open this one. So I am just choosing the notepad and then you can see that all these things as it is have to copied from the main.c to this one file. Okay, so all these things have to copied and paste inside this function. Main.c is where, main.c is here. Okay, yes, so all these things have to copy from this file and paste into this file. Okay, we have to paste into the we have to paste it into this file. So we are going to see that all these things is same as that one. Okay, so this one is the all these source codes for the, so we have to the return successfully one source code for the copied and paste the contents of one file to another file. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity all these things that whatever we have done. But after that I want to show you something. Okay, that what, how can we print the data on our console screen at the runtime. Okay, so for that simple thing is, bro, we are going to using here the printf. Okay, so printf and then modulus c, because character by character data is scanning and putting here, so that's why. And then after that control and F9 for the compilation, and then F10. So I am just giving the main dot c. Okay, no, main dot c not, because we have also we have also written all these things into the our rs1 file. Okay, so I am just giving the source file as a rs1.c, rs1.txt. Okay, so what will happen, we will see. By default that will be handle. Okay, so rs1 is going to giving as a source file name, and then enter your source file is existing. Okay, so that one is a, we have to the open as a read mode. rs1 is open, rs1 is at the runtime. In this time, at this time right now, our rs1 is going to the open as a read mode, and then enter your destination file name. So rs2 is here, I am just giving as a rs2.txt, that is an extension for the notepad. Okay, and then enter. So all these things have to the copied into this one. Okay, file copy and paste successfully, all these things we can see. Okay, so we can see that all these things whatever we have to the written in the main.c file has included stdio.h first line as a, here we can see that whatever we have to the written inside this file, all these things have to the also here. Okay, so we can say that we have to the also we have also print the all these data on our console screen. Okay, and then finally at the last time we have to give one message, your file copy and paste successfully. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity that how can we use the fgetc and fputc for the copy and paste the one file's contents to another file. Okay, using the file pointers. Okay, and then after all these things we can also close the our files. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity that how can we do all these things in this video. If we have any types of the question related to this video, then please ask me some questions about all these things, and whenever we have some questions you must have to ask me. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity all these things. Okay, so let's meet you again in the next video with the next level of the our programming concepts. Okay, so first of all I am just showing you that all these things here. Okay, so let's see, here we are going to, so you will also practice this source code and then run and compile and run. So you will also copy and paste the contents of one file to another file. Okay, so I hope that you have clarity that how can we do all these things in this video. So let's meet you again in the next video with the next level of the energy, with the next level of the programming concepts. Okay, so let's bye.